So I'm not going to allow anyone to not tell the truth.
What's up, peeps, and welcome back to the Lionel B Show. It's your first time tuning into the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos, man. Also, make sure y'all click that notification bell button so anytime I drop a brand new video, y'all be the first ones to get it. Now, more people have chimed in with the Lil Fizz and Apryl Jones savagery. It seems that the couple really truly did make some extra shady moves that not only upset Omarion and his family, but also fans, castmates, and other celebrities. Now, Philly rap and prison reform activist Meek Mill clapped the S-curl juices out of Lil Fizz on Apryl Jones' Instagram post, with the two all hugged up looking like real-life fake relationship goals. Now, in the post, Apryl captioned it, "My goal is that someone sees my BS, I meant my page, and decides to grow strong, live your life, and not give a F." Not sure if that's the best advice to dish out, being that how she actually met her new baby daddy, but you know, she said what she said. Now, the interesting thing is Kevin Hart's wife, Torrei, came under the post, and I'm not sure why she would spread love on this mess, being that Nico stole Kevin Hart away from her to begin with, but hey, I guess misery loves company. And she is all too thrilled to see someone else's relationship messed up the way hers and Kevin was. Now, and clearly, Torrei is still hurt over Kevin. I mean, the man got super rich once he kicked her to the curb, and she pretty much needs to go back to her maiden name at this point because she'll never be a real Hart again.
I have an ex-husband who has repeatedly used me in his stand-up routines. You know, for years I had to endure that.
Did Aniko start dating Kevin while you guys were married?
According to her dates, yes. I was like, what? Never a secret. She said that we were separated and not living together. That's a lie. We were very much not separated.
Is he capable of cheating again?
I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. I can just say that if it happened to me, it can happen to anyone.
Let that man go. So Torrei chimes in on the post and says, "Glad you are happy. No one but you two know what truly happened behind closed doors." Apryl replied back, "Torrei Hart, I love you for that. That's so true. The rest is perception." Now, Meek Mill came through with the hair dryer to fluff out Lil Fizz wonder curls and said, "Y'all are out of pocket for this. No disrespect." And he got a whopping 57,000 likes on this comment alone. And Lil Fizz, being the slick mouth that he is, he actually fired back saying that the only thing that is out of pocket is the dinner he paid for. Now, Moni Slider took to her live tonight to air out Jess hilarious for being cool with Apryl Jones and backstabbing her and being a fake friend. She also dropped a whole lot of shade, of course, on her baby daddy Omarion and Apryl. Man, y'all gotta check this out, man. Watch the entire thing. I'm telling y'all, man, there's some information in this thing right here, man. Y'all check this out.
I don't watch the show. I just see the clips that I get tagged in. And I saw the clip on the official Love and Hip Hop page of Jess and Apryl meeting. And I've spoken to Jess several times since I played the voice notes. I'm not on my live. I'm not sure how the edit went. Because like I said, first of all, it's only 6:30 here in LA. And secondly, I don't watch the show. So, based off of the clip that I saw, and me and Jess are in a healthy space. But based off of the clips that I saw, that's not how it went. So I can't allow it to be told that way. I'm going to tell it how it actually happened. And what actually happened was, let me pull out my phone. Y'all know I got 3 phones. What actually happened was on, let's see, Jess, hilarious. Okay, here we are. So July 16th, 6:24 p.m., I sent Jess one of her Jess with the Mess videos. And I said, get your friends, child. She didn't reply. She replied July 17th. And she texted me and she said something about, I'm not going to read the exact wording, but she did text me, and she started texting me basically about the fallout. Now, as you all know, I smoke weed now. So, sorry about the jingling. I had to go get my dog a new cage. So July 17, 1:44 a.m., I'm sitting in the bed, high, stuck. She replies and she texts and she says, what happened? And I said, oh no, WTH. And then I said, sorry, I'm high. Took me forever to remember the last letter, meaning H. I was high and I couldn't get the H out. And then 9 voice notes. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came in, and all I said was mercy. She replied, girl, fuck them. I said, I'm with you. It's always been fuck them in my world. Y'all are just catching on. Then came voice note number 6. I said, round of applause for Dad of the Century. Then came 3 more voice notes. I never replied. So I didn't call Jess. I did not vent to Jess. That's not what happened. What happened was I sent Jess a voice note and a thing of her Jess with the Mess on July 16, 6:24 p.m. She replied July 17, 1:44 a.m. So maybe because all that time, now if I were messy, I could have just released the voice notes. That's not what happened. And maybe so much time went by between when the voice notes were sent and when I played them on my live that maybe there was maybe she forgot how it happened. I have since talked to Jess about my position. So this is not a bash on Jess. Jess and I are good. I just spoke to her the other day. We're fine. And Jess never until that day ever said a disparaging word about Drew or Apryl to me. And I never have ever put Jess, when I saw Jess and Apryl and Drew celebrating Drew's birthday last year in November, I did not say anything to Jess about it. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not that type of person. I'm not the person that picks up the phone like, oh, you're hanging out with them? Fuck you. I literally said nothing to Jess. My friendship to Jess was completely separate. And as far as I knew, I wasn't being discussed with Drew and Apryl. And as far as I can vouch for Jess, they weren't being discussed with me. I have always maintained it was me that made initial contact with Jess about them, based off of her Jess with the Mess video. And I know that as a comedian, friends and family are not exempt from being roasted. But in that particular Jess with the Mess video, I was like, hold on now. Get your friends. And that was what ensued. Now, having said that, oh my, that's an accident waiting to happen. Having said that, my friendship to Jess was always separate. I never put Jess in a scenario where she had to pick and choose. And when I released the voice notes, Apryl became an innocent bystander. It wasn't even about Apryl. It was about the fact that I had been at the Real Street Festival filming that scene that aired tonight in the White Lace. And one of the producers came to me and said, Jess and, or no, I don't know if they were live. I know they were live that day. And then I got some DMs of bits and pieces. And I don't think that Jess was, I didn't get to see the whole live. I just saw, like I said, bits and pieces when Jess had the yellow on in the kitchen. And that was either the day of the Real Street Festival or the day after. But either way it goes, my feelings were hurt because what I have always liked about Jess is when she does her Jess with the Mess, she separates the people from the public figures, right? And there were always certain boundaries that she never crossed. And even for herself, I appreciated the fact that she separated the woman from the comedian. And I knew Jess before Apryl knew Jess. I knew Jess before my baby daddy knew Jess. So when I saw the live of Jess Key King with Apryl about me, which I've expressed all this to Jess, my little feelings got hurt, because it was like, damn sis, like, this isn't a Jess with the mess video or skit or, you know, whatever, like, it's not one of those. And you know enough, you know, to know that what I go through with the father of my child is very real. And so I was like, what did I do? Like, I've never said an ill word about you, Jess. I would never let anyone say an ill word about you in my presence. So to encourage by laughing or whatever at whatever it was that Apryl was saying, I felt like that was hurtful towards me. And I never felt like they wouldn't be friends for forever. Good girlfriends make up and break up, you know, all the time. So I never said anything to anyone about the voice notes, ever, until that day. I was like, well, fuck that. Like, I don't know what was said about me, and I can't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the bitch that I laid my head next to and was co-parenting, you know, and raising my child for 3 years. Bitch was in my house secretly recording conversations and all kind of weird shit. So I'm constantly like letting my guard down and then being stabbed in the back, and it's like, okay. And then everyone likes to call me a victim, but no one actually knows what's going on off camera until I say something. But because it was never a public display until I lose my shit and go on a rant, then it's, oh, she's, you know, in love with him. Oh, she wants him back. No, I'm just tired of things not being relayed truthfully. And again, I'm on my way out the door. This is my last season. I'm not going to be everybody's fucking scapegoat now. We're all going to have to take accountability. Everybody wants to hold my feet to the fire, nail me to the cross. Fuck that. Everybody said what they said. Everybody did what they did. And I don't have to like Apryl, like I said, to give props give credit where credit is due. I'm not a fucking hater. I've never said that girl was ugly. I've never said anything about the way that girl parents her children, how she should go about mending the co-parenting relationship with the father of her children. I've never said she's not talented. I've never said any of those things. And what I can appreciate about Apryl is if she says it, if she does it, she stands on it. Period. So she said what she said. She did what she did. Like I saw in the clip online. I said what I said. I did what I did. I can appreciate that. I don't have to agree with what you say, what you do, to respect the fact that you'll say it and do it and then stand firm on it. So everybody is going to have to just say how things actually transpire. And a lot of times I try not to focus on semantics, just in case y'all niggas don't know what that means. It's details, the who, the what, the when, the why, the where, the how. I try not to focus on that. I try to focus on the moment. Did you say it? Yes or no? The semantics are irrelevant. Did you do it? Yes or no? The semantics are irrelevant. Just, yes, I said it. Yes, I did it. I'm sorry, or I'm not sorry. We can move on, or we can't move on. This is how we're going to move on. This is why I feel we can. Avoidances and solutions. So I cannot allow. The show is already, VH1 and production are already flipping the narrative, and I backed out of shooting. Me, Drew, and Apryl, we all at one point were refusing to shoot with each other, and as a result, I went missing from 9 episodes because I no longer wanted to entertain that. Missing 9 episodes out of 18 episodes, you guys, also means missing 9 checks. So to say I'm there for a check, bitch, I literally missed over 100 bands. Straight up. By not wanting to entertain the bullshit. So let that sink the fuck in. I want to leave. I want to do other things. I want to focus on the clothing line. I want to focus on the music. I want to stay focused on my son. So I'm not going to allow anyone to not tell the truth. Especially because it doesn't matter what I say, what I do, whether I'm justified or not. I'm always going to be held to a different standard of accountability and a different level of accountability than everyone else. For what reason? Who knows? And at this point, I don't really care. What I do care about is the way that I'm portrayed on this show. And it's been 6 fucking long, dreadful seasons of I'm hung up on my BD, and that's just not the case. I don't appreciate his comments. I don't want to see him successful. I don't want to see him happy. Bullshit. The more you have your shit together, the better for our son. And my son is what matters to me the most. I'm choosing also to leave this show. It's just not good for my mental and emotional well-being. As we've seen me unravel, fall apart, pick myself up, fucking reweave the fabric of my life, glue the pieces back together, and move on. So on my way out the door, I'm just not going to allow certain lies and certain narratives to be manipulated, shifted, or not relayed properly. And this is the only forum I have to control my narrative. I don't have a problem saying I initiated contact with Jess. I don't have a problem saying that. But Jess and I did not get on the phone, and I did not vent to Jess about shit until afterwards. And the way that Jess and I even came to speaking terms after that was I changed my phone number, and Jess DM'd me. She thought I had blocked her from my phone. And I said, no, I didn't block you from my phone. I wouldn't do that. And I called her. I was asked to shoot a scene with Jess. I said absolutely. Instead of giving me the scene, they gave it to their golden goose, Apryl. So at that point, you know, that let me know right then and there, okay, well, they're about to flip this whole shit. They don't want me to shoot the scene with Jess. They want Apryl to shoot the scene with Jess because, well, without villainizing me, who really gives a fuck about their storyline? I don't really think anyone cares that they fuck. I think everyone is just flabbergasted and bamboozled and confused at the lack of morality. I think that that's the whole thing. And I had a meltdown in my green screen last week because my position is this. I've done my best to not to paint my son's father in a negative light, all while allowing him to drag me privately and publicly. And now, as a human with a threshold, I've reached a breaking point. I don't want to bite my tongue anymore, and I shouldn't have to be the only one to be the better person. And I'm not Omarion. I have not tapped into that level of higher self and vibration and oneness with, you know, peace. I'm not there yet. And I'm not embarrassed to say I'm not there yet. And I don't know if I will ever get there. But I am very honest and transparent. And I take pride in that. And there are not just one, it isn't just one child. It's not just my child. There are 3 children involved. And if what you're doing as adults is not wrong, then you don't have your children call my son's father by his middle name, Pierre. You have them call him Drew. If what you're doing is not wrong, you don't still to this day swear my son to secrecy. Anything that goes on in my home, I have never told my son he cannot tell his father. He cannot tell Apryl. Cam had a breakdown the other day. I'm calling my dad. Call him. Call him. And I let him call. I bought him a phone. His dad bought him a phone. I bought him an iPad. There's a house phone. I never stop my son from saying anything that goes on in my home and how that affects him. Because if I don't know how it affects him, I can't adjust as a parent. Furthermore, we are all doing our children, myself included, a disservice by carrying on this charade. And unfortunately, you never know what the damage is going to be until it's too fucking late. And this is the breakdown I had in green screen, speaking for myself and my child and the mistakes that I've made as a parent. Because I don't get to live my mistakes down. I don't get to say, oh, you know, there was no handbook that comes with being a parent. I don't know. I'm taking it day by day. I don't get that. I don't get that leeway. I'm supposed to know what to do, how to do it, and to do it at my highest performance level in any and everything I do as a parent. Because I've been under the microscope since season 1 when we started this shit back in 2014. Saying that to say, is the damage that we have done to our son going to be irreversible? Is it something that we're going to be able to undo? Is it something that we can stop now? Because if we can stop it now, I need to know how. I can't keep feeling the need to defend my position as a woman and as a parent. Because when I have to defend myself, I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth about all of the moving parts. And I never negate the error in my ways. Ever. I will be the first to say, I fucked up and this is how. I wish I hadn't have. I wish I'd said this differently. Right? I wish I hadn't thrown my son's father under the bus. Because up until this year, this season, the one thing I always knew was, we live in a generation now where it's not a matter of if our kids see it, but when they see it, what are they gonna feel? I did not want to have to be under now Cameron's microscope. Why did you say this about my dad? Why did you do this? Why? I didn't want to be in the hot seat. And I ruined that for myself by having a lack of self-control. I got fed up. I got tired of being bashed. I got tired of being called a victim. I got tired of all of it. So I just said, fuck it. Balls to the wall, threw the caution to the wind, no longer waving my white flag, and I'm just going to say what it is. So, bottom line, I have a child who, when he's upset, punches doors, punches walls, slams things, throws things around. I don't know what that stems from. Is it me? Is it him internalizing so many things that he's been told he can't tell me? He can't tell my parents anymore? Is it the fact that we're now exchanging him at a Starbucks? And he's not done. My child is very smart and very emotionally intuitive and he's hypersensitive. He knows when shit's not right. And I hate that he's in a position, and this is where I will absolve myself of any responsibility, because I don't make my son feel like he has to hide or lie to the other side in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The emotional burden of protecting his mother's feelings has been placed on his shoulders by his father and Apryl telling my son not to tell me certain things. So when he sees other things, when he hears other things, he doesn't want to tell me because he doesn't want to hurt my feelings, and he also doesn't want to be on the other in trouble on the other side. And I actually feel bad because it was me that said, Cameron told me they moved into a house together. Cameron told me where the street was. Cameron showed me on my daily route, because I've lived in my home for 3 years. It'll be 3 years March 15th. I drive by that area literally every fucking day. So in general conversation, my son is telling me things that he is not thinking. He's just thinking he can be open with his mom.
Reduce or eliminate the appearance of open cuts, scars, stretch marks, rashes, eczema, and more with X Moisturizer Solution, an all-natural African shea butter with honey and other essential oils. Guaranteed results for skin, hair rejuvenation, beard maintenance, and more. Works great for men and women. Visit xmoisture.com and purchase yours today.